programmed Reaper.
You said find a way to make peace. I did.
How'd you get this number?
Same way I got your address. Boom.
Clean was directed by Paul Solet and was produced, co-written, composed by, and stars Adrian Brody. It's safe to say he had a fair bit of involvement in this movie. So I never even saw a trailer for this one, but Brody is one of my favorite actors out there right now who usually makes pretty cool choices with his projects, so I've been counting the days down for this one. And, you know, normally I'd provide a brief description of the movie I'm reviewing, but I'm worried you'll confuse this movie with about 730,000 others that are beat by beat the exact same thing. So if you know me, I do like to start things off optimistically, so as for positives, Adrian Brody growls his way through this very committed performance. There's a few moments where I'm looking at this guy seriously act his heart out and feeling sad that it's for this movie, and just because it's just such a waste of his talents, even though this is probably a big passion project for him given how involved he was. But I'm always gonna root for Adrian Brody, but this was just not it, dude. The only other positive I have is that the final action set piece of the movie is a lot of fun and sort of represented what I wanted this entire movie to be based on the poster, I guess, which unfortunately for me, it wasn't. Okay, I'm having a tough time on where to begin with this one. I guess I'll start from the very beginning. The movie opens with Adrian Brody driving around town in his car with a voiceover about how filthy the streets are. That's essentially what you get to listen to for an hour and a half. But no, man, he's driving around talking about, oh man, the city, it's so dirty, it's grimy, I don't like it. It's like, wow, I wonder what inspired that. In all seriousness, it was right then and there when I knew we were in trouble. But I'll say this, if you haven't tired of the moody hero with a traumatic past, which usually includes a dead wife or kid who lives his new life as a recluse trying to do some good and wash away his sins until he comes across a local kid who he has a soft spot for, but wait, the kid is endangered, and this is when the hero decides it's time to step in and get involved finally. Although this may have been a mistake because the bad guys are actually connected to this very evil and powerful bad guy who will now make it his mission to slowly and painfully murder this hero, the kid he was protecting, and anyone else he cares about and have his revenge. But before the hero faces off against the villain and his goons, we must absolutely have the gearing up scene with triumphant music and cool weapons accompanying it genre. Anything past that would be a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure you can piece things together yourselves. If that genre of a movie interests you, then boy do I have the feature film for you to watch. I guess that little speech of mine encompasses my overall thoughts on the movie. As for some more specific problems I had, I'm just gonna bang these out. The villain of this movie is hilariously unintimidating. He's so over the top. Like, is this even a human being? Logic is thrown out the window very early on. I can barely understand half of what Brody is saying. CGI blood everywhere. The dialogue is as wooden and cliche as they come. Clean, the main character, leaves at least 50 fingerprints per crime scene. When there's multiple bad guys getting beat up in a room, one of them has no idea what's going on for a long period of time until he's bashed in the head with a wrench. There's a scene in a restaurant or something that leads to a group of very ominous looking bad guys walking in, and only after multiple people get a look at their faces do they put up their bandanas in unison. No one will recognize them that way. So yeah, I suppose that's it for my review. I know a lot of people will get a kick out of this kind of movie, and if you do, then I'm jealous because I really wanted to like it, man. I'm gonna give Clean a D. I'm bumping it up from a D- because of Brody's performance and one single action scene, but the rest of the movie could not have been less interesting. So yeah, good night.